of Jannah Institute. She teaches seminars on the thematic commentary of the various chapters of the Quran and their practical relevance in our day-to-day life. Sheikha Dr Haifaa graduated from the Makta Institute of Islamic Studies in Jeddah, and she completed memorizing the Quran at Al-Huda Quran Memorization School in Jeddah. She is incredibly passionate about spreading the word of Allah and to spread the love for Allah, for Islam and the Quran. So with that said, please give a very warm welcome to Sheikha Dr Haifaa Younis.
Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. Every time I come to a city, I think the place is the best. I think this is the best. Not because it's the best, but because I can see you all. Everyone. Can you all see me? Of course you can. Right? Alhamdulillah. We are here for what? To know Allah and to worship Him. This doesn't change. Every single person, not only women, not only men, it's all of us. How you will worship Allah is different than you worship Allah, and different from the way you do it, and different from the way you do it, and different from the way I do it, simply because we are not all copy and paste. We are all different. I am here to worship Him, and my eyes is not on your house, and how rich you are, or how much you have, and I don't. My eyes are there on Jannah. Where will I be? How many of us ask ourselves this question? Where will you be? Which level? And why not higher? There is no reason I'm not higher other than I didn't work for it here. The pure heart is the heart in a simple language. The focus is there. What lives in that heart, what will make this heart be there. Not people, not me, my beauty, the way I look, what people think of me, do I have friends, all the dunya daily, I call it junk. That lives in our hearts. And I am not better than you, we all have it. And that's the challenge. The challenge we all face is there is so many temptations around us, and we like it. And if we don't like it, people around us make us like it. Be in the race. Very few of us say from day one, I am not going through that race. Let them all be richer than me. Let them all be prettier than me. Let them all be dunya standard, happier than me. I, as we say it always there, I care less. My focus, my energy, what I want to do is I want to be there, the top, and all of you will be looking at me and says, she was the smart one. That's the pure heart. The real pure heart, that's the result. Because Allah says in the Quran, إِلَّا مَنْ أَتَى اللَّهَ بِقَلْبٍ سَلِيمٍ. There is no success in that day. Nothing. Nothing. يَوْمَ لَا يَنْفَعُ مَالٌ وَلَا بَنُونَ. A day that there is no children or wealth will come to a day. And we all, I number one myself, disobey Allah because of these two. We disobey Allah because of our children and wealth. SubhanAllah, how Allah said it. And another verse, tomorrow is Friday, he said, Al-Malu wal-Baluna ziyatul hayat al-dunya. Wealth and children is the beauty of this life. True or false? How often I get questions from women who, for some reason, Allah did not decree on her to have children. She's miserable. Why? Why? Because I think that my happiness, I'm here to have children. And if I don't, I'm sad, because all my friends have children. So, change. Pure heart, Actions are different. Focus is different. The goal is different. The actions different. I always remember this. You don't feel it much when you are in the UK. You're very lucky. You have a lot of Muslims here. And also, the country is just like one state in America. So it's not a big deal if you walk in the street and you're wearing abaya. Absolutely not a big deal. And I saw it in all the cities that I so far visited. But come to where I live and put your abaya and walk in the mall. You're the only one. Period. Or this young girl, and she is in this high school, she's the only one wearing hijab. جاء الإسلام غريبا وسيعود غريبا فطوبى للغرباء. Islam came as a stranger. Hadith al-Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam. He said, and he didn't just say what happened. That's out of his, some of the miracles he was given, is that he predicted things is going to happen. And this is one of them. He said, Islam came as a stranger. In Mecca, they were few. And then we became billions. But وَسَيَعُودُ غَرِيبًا is going to come back as a stranger. فَطُوبَى لِلْغُرَبَاء, place in Jannah for the strangers. Do you want to be a stranger? Yes. You're all going to say yes. Of course, because I want to go to Jannah. What did you do for it? In which way you are a stranger? When everybody is backbiting and you're not? When everybody is not dressed properly and you're not? When every young person has a boyfriend and you're not? When everybody drinks and uses drugs, these realities of this life, and you are not because you don't want it, not because you don't like it, not because you can't get it, because one reason, it's not pleasing to Allah, I want to go to Jannah. Are you? The pure heart, the person with a pure heart, literally is a stranger. And for him or her, dunya is like a jail. الدنيا سجن المؤمن وجنة الكافر. He said عليه الصلاة والسلام, dunya, this life, for the real believer, is like a prison. He's choked. She's choked. It's not my place. I feel stranger. And for the kafir, the disbeliever, it's heaven. So the first thing you need to, where are you in this journey? Did you start that journey? And I'm not talking about this. I'm not talking about the 5 salah. And I'm talking about the pure heart, way higher level. Way higher level. Do you even know there is other levels? What makes you different than the other people? Not your name means nothing in the sight of Allah. Not who are your parents means nothing. He said to her, alayhi salatu wasalam, said to Sayyidah Fatima, his daughter, most beloved. He said, she's part of me. Imagine a father said about his daughter, she's part of me. بضعة مني, Fatima, بضعة مني, part of me. He looked at her and says, Fatima, I am unable to rescue you from Allah. لا أغني عنك من الله شيئا. Nothing. To his beloved daughter, Ali, cousin, the one who stayed, you all know, in his bed when the Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam migrated, can do nothing. You can do nothing to anybody, nobody. The people who are making fun of you in this life, and they are plenty. I wonder who's going to make fun of the other on the day of judgment. As we are knowing these facts, now the question comes to each one of you. Where are you in this journey? And what kind of the heart, or who lives in your heart? Who's in your heart? And by Allah, if you're going to take 5-10 minutes alone, and it's okay, say it, because He knows it. That's what I always say to myself. Why not ashamed? He knows it already. Am I happy I have it? No. But I'm not going to hide it because he knows it. يعلم السر وأخفى. He knows the secret and what is hidden. Sit down alone. 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever Allah gives you, daily. Daily. And as we say, reflect. Young or old, the younger, by the way, you do it, the better it's going to be, and the easier it is. Because when we are young, it's easier to change. And then look at yourself. Literally, look at where are you in this dunya? What did you achieve so far? I think I was a teenager when I memorized that page. He didn't say all believers are successful. You and me, then we're done. Let's go and celebrate. There is believers, which all of us, but among us, those. Who are they? And each one of you ask herself, am I? Don't wait till I give you the answer, because who am I? But it's clear, because he said it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's talk about it. أفلح المؤمنون. Number 1. الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون. Those who are inside salah, they are complete state of surrender and focus on Allah. He didn't say those who pray. Because if you don't pray, we need to work. So the first thing you're going to say to yourself, where is my salah? How do I grade my salah? This is how I say. Grade your salah yourself before it is going to be graded by Allah. None of us can say or claim that in my salah I am focused. If any one of you will say this, please let's stop and do break. Because it is none of us. But am I struggling to be that person? Goal, and I'm struggling. What is khashi'a? Khashi'a when you're focused on what you are doing, you're thinking, you're afraid. Part of it is fear, and part of it is love. Number 1, grade your salah. Now, success in the following is, if you're still struggling with 5 salah, you need to work harder. If you don't do 5 salah a day, you need to work harder. If you don't wake up for Fajr, and may Allah make it easy for you, especially in the summer, it's extremely tough. You need to work harder. So number 1 is salah. أفلح المؤمنون الذين في صلاتهم خاشعون. Second. And we women fail in this. And if I am wrong, please correct me. والذين هم عن اللغو معرضون. Those, their reaction to laghu, any talk that is not beneficial. Any talk, any words that is not beneficial. I'm not talking about beneficial only in dunya and deen. Beneficial, help people, makes people's life easier, makes them happier in the way it pleases Allah. If they are backbiting, I'm not there. If they are putting somebody down, I'm not there. If they are talking about this star or that star or this movie or that whatever, or this new trend or this influencer, I'm not going to waste my time, I'm sorry. That's my reaction should be. I have a list, I want to be in that list. I want to be in that list. The pure heart, the focus is that list. And let alone, my talk is not only nonsense, not beneficial, it's all haram. It's all haram. It's so sad, and please forgive me if this doesn't apply to you. It is so sad. The norm is backbiting. The norm. You come in the morning, in the workplace, the first thing they ask you, what is the gossip of the day? Right? Yes. No one, Muslims and non-Muslims, Now remember the stranger. Remember, you want to be that stranger. But everybody was going to look and say, I leave her, she's different. Put a big smile. Alhamdulillah, I'm different. Because when I am different, I'm going to be under this category. Otherwise, I'm like the billions of Muslims, which I have no idea how long it will take me to be where I want to be. Don't you all want to be in Jannah al-Firdaus?
Yes.
The highest level, in the middle, Allah is there, and Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam is your neighbor? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
What did you do for it? Are you a stranger? Are you different from every? Don't tell me I'm trying. Don't talk to me. I'm like you. I'm struggling like you are. He knows. Talk to him. Because when you say I'm trying, he knows if you're really trying. Trying, and you spend 5 hours on social media? I'm trying? Really? I'm trying and then I don't wake up for Fajr every single day? Trying? And I don't dress the way it pleases Allah simply because everybody else doesn't do it and I don't want to feel different. Did you even try? Am I really struggling inside me to please Him? Then yes, I'm trying. And trying means you will fail, and we all will. We all will. We are human. But I'm trying, meaning I'm going to get up, and I'm going to be better, and I'm going to beg Him, and I'm going to cry to Him, and I'm going to tell Him you're going to make me strong. And I'm going to tell Him you're seeing my struggles. Don't let me alone. But I'm not going to say, well, I tried and it didn't work. Okay, alhamdulillah, Allah is Ghafur Rahim. And I am not. I'm not. I don't qualify to be in this category. And love you. How much of your talk in the day includes the remembrance of Allah? The remembrance of Allah, let alone the haram. So there is talk. Most of what we say is useless. Except if it is dhikr of Allah, remembrance of Allah, bringing good, bringing people together. And loving this word. One of the meanings of love is actually singing songs. When I hear it, I am part of it. Let alone I pay money to buy it, or download it, or buy a ticket. I'm part of it. That category. At that moment, I, by choice, moved myself out. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِلزَّكَاةِ فَاعِلُونَ. I doubt any one of you who qualify for zakah doesn't do it. وَلِلَّهِ الْحَمْدُ. Now, وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِفُرُوجِهِمْ حَافِظُونَ. Those who protect and guard their private parts. There's two categories here. There's the obvious one. I have no doubt, many of us in this room falls in this category. But there is the one before it. And I'm going to be very clear here. Alhamdulillah, we're all women. We are all here for no reason other to learn and get close to Allah. And unless we face, I call it the painful realities, we're not going to change. And we're not going to say, you know what, I failed. I disobeyed Allah. Allah help me, I want to change. Rasul alayhi salatu wasalam said that the human being is almost guaranteed, and I'm just rephrasing, that the human being almost guaranteed to have a share, his or her share of adultery. Zina. He said it. But not all of us. He said, Al-Ayn Tazni. The eye commit act of zina. When I look at the haram, when I look at this show, watch that show, let alone buy ticket and go and walk. Or when I am in the house, turn on the TV, whatever the channel is, and I'm looking and I'm waiting, 8 o'clock, my show, and the show from A to Z is haram. Obvious haram. And I'm looking and enjoying, my eyes committed zina. That category, I was moved. inshallah temporary. العين تزني والأذن تزني. The ear commits zina, adultery. What are you listening to? Who you are talking to? Even this form of speech. So the eyes, the ears, and the tongue. I want to be from this group. And I say to myself, I want to be of those أفلح المؤمنون. I want to be of that list. It's going to be extremely painful to me. And I'm in front of Allah. And He's calling you and you and you and you and you. And I'm waiting. And He didn't call me. Because I didn't qualify. Not because He, hasha, He is the just. But I didn't do it. Is it fair or not? I didn't do it. Like when somebody doesn't pass the exam, they did not answer right. It's not the fault of the teacher or the fault of the person who is marking the exam. So the eyes, remember act of worship, now connected all together. When my eyes look at haram, I'm not worshipping Allah. I'm literally disobeying Allah clearly, and don't deny it. Don't say, what did I do? Say, Ya Allah, I'm weak. Ya Allah, I still love to watch this. And I know it doesn't please you. Get it out of my heart. You will change. You will change. If you are sincere and you're talking to Him and begging Him, believe me, He will. But if you're going to justify it, everyone else is doing it. What is the big deal? I didn't do much, especially the youth, because it is becoming an epidemic. It's like the COVID. Everything, almost everything online is full of harm. Then the private part comes in. I'm completing the hadith. Then the private part comes in. Finally, يصدقه أو يكذبه. You're going to follow what you have been listening and watching in this, and you may not. So remember, the pure heart, that pure heart, meaning if you have it, you are in that list. أفلح المؤمنون والذين هم لأماناتهم وعهدهم راعون. I'm finishing the verse, and they fulfill their covenant and their promise. I'm coming, and you all have no plan to go. I'm on the way, and you didn't leave the house yet. Is that familiar? It's painful. It's really painful. Because this is the criteria of a believer. I'm coming at 7 means I'm coming at 7. If I'm late, something happened out of my control. But I'm not going to say I'm coming at 7 and I have no intention to come at 7. You want success? Go and read the first page of Al-Mu'mineen, the believers. Because Allah at the end of it says, أولئك هم الوارثون الذين يرثون الفردوس هم فيها خالدون. Those who fulfill this criteria, they will have the Firdaus, not Jannah. And He didn't say Jannah, He said Firdaus, the highest level. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Rabbi Ameen, make us, by His rahmah, by His loving mercy, of the people of Firdaus. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the strength to learn, to practice, to apply, get up when we fail, never lose hope, but stay focused on where we want to be. I seek refuge in Allah, that I remind you of Him and I forget myself. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi tasliman kathira.
MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Give Sheikh a round of applause. That was part 1 of the lecture done. MashaAllah. How are we feeling? How was that first part 1 of the lecture? Good? Are we feeling like you know how you take our cars for an MOT? We've taken our hearts for an MOT, MashaAllah. And now we're being diagnosed with certain things that we now need to rectify and work on and purify. Yes? Inshallah, this is the first part.